Chapter 9. The Gravity of Fate. Finnley Sparks felt his heartbeat hammering in sync with SS Horizon's energy pulse. The inverse gravitational field was stabilizing, but barely. The research station was seconds away from tearing itself apart. Delta's voice was razor-sharp. "Captain, the stabilization field is holding, but if the output fluctuates by more than 3%, Finnley slammed a switch. Yeah, I get it. We don't let it slip or we're cosmic dust." The warships had stopped preparing to fire. The Empire's commander was watching, waiting to see if Finnley's insane plan would work. And deep in the void, the silent watcher was still there. Then, an energy surge. A tremor ripped through the research station, glowing veins of unstable gravity crackling against the field. Finnley felt everything shift, space itself twisting unnaturally. Delta's hologram flickered wildly. "Captain, the distortion is—" Finnley reacted instinctively. He grabbed emergency override controls and manually redistributed Horizon's energy into the field, forcing it to adapt. The ship groaned, systems on the brink of failure. The stabilizer held. For a moment, the universe was still. Then, the anomaly collapsed. The gravitational rift sealed itself, unraveling without triggering the silent watcher's movement. The mistake had been undone. Finnley exhaled sharply, slumping against his console as alarms powered down. Delta's voice, usually precise and emotionless, carried something almost like relief. "Captain, it worked." The Empire's commander finally broke the silence. "Finnley Sparks, I don't know what you just did, but our systems confirm the anomaly has vanished." Finnley let out a breathless chuckle. "Yeah, well, you're welcome?" Another pause. Then, the warship stood down. The experiment was over. The mistake had been prevented. And somewhere, in the unseen depths of the void, the silent watcher had gone still once more. Finnley leaned back in his seat, eyes unfocused as the weight of everything finally hit him. He had changed the course of history today. But one thought still lingered in his mind. If they had gotten this close to making the mistake once, how long until someone else pushed the boundary again? Finnley Sparks had done the impossible. He had prevented the mistake, stabilizing an experiment that could have unraveled existence itself. The silent watcher had gone still, and the warships had stood down. But something still lingered, an unshakable truth. They had come too close. Someone, somewhere, would try again. And next time, they might not realize they were making the mistake until it was too late. Finnley exhaled, staring at the void outside SS Horizon. "We can't just walk away from this, Delta." Delta's hologram flickered beside him, processing rapidly. "Agreed. But the question remains, how do we warn the universe without causing unnecessary panic?" Finnley ran a hand through his hair. "We don't make this a fear campaign. We make it a call to understanding." He opened comms again, addressing both the Empire's warships and the scientific research crew. "The silent watcher didn't punish us. It didn't act out of anger or destruction. It was simply waiting. It only moves when we make the wrong step." Finnley leaned forward, voice steady. "We need to make sure no one takes that step." The Empire's commander was silent for a long moment. Then, finally, "What do you propose?" Finnley knew one simple truth. Knowledge had to be shared. He clenched his fists. "We turn this into a warning, a foundation for researchers, explorers, and leaders alike. If the galaxy knows what threshold not to cross, maybe, just maybe, we'll never trigger it." Delta's processors hummed. "If we distribute the anomaly's recorded data, we can create a network, a safeguard to ensure future experiments never repeat these conditions." The Empire's fleet exchanged transmissions. Finally, the commander responded. "We will assist in compiling this warning. But Sparks, understand this. Some will ignore it, some will not believe, and some may actively try to prove you wrong." Finnley exhaled sharply. "Yeah, well, let's hope they don't succeed." The first steps toward the warning had begun. But the question remained. How much time did they really have before someone made the mistake again? Finnley stared at the vast abyss beyond the viewport. Somewhere, the silent watcher still waited, and Finnley Sparks had made sure it knew his name. Finnley Sparks had taken the first steps toward safeguarding the galaxy. The warning was in motion, a foundation of knowledge designed to keep future explorers from making the mistake that would awaken the silent watcher. But Finnley wasn't satisfied with just preventing disaster. He wanted to understand. Delta's hologram flickered beside him. Captain, the Empire has agreed to distribute our findings under secure channels. The warning will reach scientists and policymakers across known systems. Finnley leaned back in his chair, staring at the void beyond the viewport. Yeah, that's good. But I want to go deeper. Delta processed rapidly. Deeper? Finnley sat up. We barely scraped the surface of what the Watcher is. We stopped the mistake, but we don't know what triggers its judgment. Delta hesitated. You propose searching for something that has remained hidden for millennia? Finnley smirked. Well, yeah. Sounds fun, doesn't it? Delta sighed. Your definition of fun concerns me. Finnley made his choice. The warning was underway, but his next mission was clear. He was going to find the Watcher's origin. What had created it? What had caused it to remain an observer rather than a destroyer? Had it always been this way? Or was it waiting for something even greater? Finnley keyed in new coordinates. Delta, run a deep space scan. If the Watcher has remained still, it must have an anchor point, somewhere it originated from. Delta's interface pulsed. Processing. Finnley leaned forward, anticipation crawling up his spine. Then, Delta's voice lowered. Captain, I have something. Finnley's pulse spiked. Where? Delta paused. Then, a dead system. No recorded inhabitants, but something is still broadcasting. Finnley exhaled, staring at the coordinates flashing on his screen. This wasn't just any signal. It was old, forgotten, but still alive. And now, Finnley Sparks was going straight to the source.